Hey there, it's Dawn Mays, and I am coming on today to talk to you about why diets fail. I think this is so important because, people struggle with weight loss all the time. It's certainly a journey that I have been on, and I'm on a new journey that I'm really learning how to make better choices. And I don't use the word diet, and, so many people do, but I don't use the word diet because it's in itself just feels like it has a stopping point. You're just going to do it for a little while and then you're going to usually go back to what you were doing and gain the weight back. So I want to talk about a few of the things that cause diets to fail and what you can do to make better choices and make some changes. So, weight loss and healthy living is so much more than just dropping pounds. Keeping the weight off and feeling great will only come when you embrace a healthier lifestyle. Change and begin to incorporate better decisions and habits into your lifestyle. So if you want to keep the weight off, you'll need to add new habits that will help you maintain that ideal weight. So the first thing that people do typically is they set unrealistic goals. You come in there going, I'm going to lose 100 pounds. And that may be totally doable, but if you come in there immediately thinking you're going to lose that 100 pounds, when it doesn't happen right away, when you don't see the changes you hope to see right away, you tend to quit, right? Real weight loss happens in steps. So maybe start with a smaller goal. And I know that's kind of what I've done, maybe started with 25 at a time. And then it's like, oh, I want to get just below this weight. And just made little goals each time. What is it they say? Eat the elephant one bite at a time kind of thing. So, just make a realistic goal for yourself. Not that 100 pounds cannot be done, because it certainly can. But if you go in there with that mindset immediately, when it doesn't start to happen or when you don't feel like you're ever going to get there, it's very easy to quit. So just maybe pick a smaller goal to start, get there, and then go on to the next one. So also, the next thing is not eating nutritiously. Too many people make the mistake of cutting portions and not really changing what they're eating. So yes, it does help, to cut portions. But usually what ends up happening is you're eating diets full of processed food that do not provide the nutritional balance that our bodies actually crave. And they do crave the actual nutrition. So when this happens, your body reacts and you start to experience things like headaches, fatigue, irritability, and cravings. So, this happens to me for sure. It has happened many times. You start to get the cravings, and what happens? You decide to give in to them, and you binge eat. And then what happens? You tend to quit. It's like, oh, I already, I messed up. I'm not going to be able to do it. And you quit. So to lose the weight, you have to focus on eating a balanced diet and more frequently. I know this sounds crazy because I know a lot of people think that they can eat once a day and lose weight. But you need to eat more frequently, every 2.5 to 3 hours, and in the proper portions. It's really important to find the correct fuel sources, the proper fuel sources, so that your body gets what it needs while continuing to have a steady fat burn throughout the day. So it's important to eat first thing in the morning, get your metabolism revved up, and then just every 2.5 to 3 hours, eat something that is nutritionally balanced. I'm not talking about huge meals throughout the day, but just something that keeps that fat burn, that steady fat burn going. And that is super important. And that's what I'm doing, and it's working. It's working. So you just have to kind of find that steady balance. And like I said, you cannot think that I'm going to eat at 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock every evening only and lose weight. It just does not work. Okay. So the next thing is crash dieting. So many people will jump into something thinking, I need to lose weight really fast. And, so I'm going to jump in and I'm going to cut out entire food groups, and reduce the portions by too much. And then you're not getting enough food. And again, it's people think, well, if I'm eating less food, why am I not losing weight? But these diets are not sustainable. And so the weight you lose will typically come back. If you cut those portions too much, you're going to be hungry, and you're going to crave the things that you've cut out. So that also does not work. Another important thing is staying hydrated. And it's not just liquid. So don't think, and I don't know if people think this or not, but hydration doesn't come from Coke and Pepsi and sweet tea and I love my sweet tea as much as anybody, but it's not hydrating. What you need to do to hydrate your body is you need to have at least 64 ounces of water a day. 80 to 100 ounces is really preferable, but at least 64 ounces of pure water. You can have the other stuff, although we don't really recommend sodas and tea with a lot of sugar, but you could have a little bit of those, again, in moderation, but make sure that you keep your body hydrated with pure water. 64 ounces is good. 80 to 100 a day is even better. Another thing that causes diets not to work is not staying active. I think it's funny, I know people who have worked out really hard every single day. I mean, have you ever heard of CrossFit? People have done that, and I've been told that they lose a few pounds, back and forth with these few pounds working out every day. And CrossFit is hard, and you can actually injure yourself doing it if you don't do it well. But people think, well, I'm working out, I'm sweating, why am I not losing weight? And you've heard people say, oh, you're gaining muscle, not fat, and muscle weighs more than fat. Well, I hate to burst your bubble, but 5 pounds of fat weighs exactly the same thing as 5 pounds of muscle. So the weight is the same. They look a little different, but the weight is the same. You have to be conscious of what you're putting in your body to lose the weight. So 80% of weight loss is what you put in your body. So it's still important to stay active. We highly recommend that you stay active. Stay in motion, every day. But you don't have to kill yourself in a gym to lose weight. You just have to stay active. Keep your body in motion as much as possible, but you don't have to do a formal exercise routine. Another important thing is lack of good sleep. People do not realize how much sleep impacts your losing weight and keeping it off. It's one of the most critical factors in overall health and well-being. So try to find a way to get to bed at a decent hour. I know people, the days are short. We all have so much to do, and so it's like, well, let me get up an hour earlier so I can work out and do this. But really, sleep is a critical factor. So you need to make sure that you're getting, some people can do okay with a little less sleep, but I'd say 6 to 7 hours is really ideal for most people. Some need a little more, but 6 to 7 is probably what you need to be aiming for. And it is really critical to maintain your weight loss and for your health, your general overall well-being. Another thing is lack of healthy mindset. It's important to learn and recognize your patterns and your triggers for eating and making unhealthy choices. Because if your mindset is not right, you're going to continue to make those same mistakes and make those bad choices. So you have to learn what it is that makes you want to eat at times when you may not even be hungry. Is it boredom? Is it stress? Is it anxiety? What is it that causes you to head to the cabinet or the refrigerator, right? So that's the next thing. Next thing is lack of support and healthy surroundings. And this is really important too. Losing weight and sticking to your goals can be really tough, especially if you don't have anyone to cheer you on or to help you through the tough times. Building a support system and surrounding yourself with the right people can make the difference between your success and failure. And it's so important to be sure you have good support. It can be friends, it can be family, even online support. You would be amazed at the resources for that. There are Facebook groups, lots of pages just dedicated to weight loss and helping provide support and helping you keep that off and just being there to cheer you on. So you'd be really surprised at what's available to help you get down that path to success. So those are a few of the things that I think most people would agree are the reasons why diets do not work. And you just need to take that diet word out of your vocabulary. Just focus on a healthier lifestyle, eating better, setting realistic goals, staying hydrated, staying active, getting that good sleep, working on your mindset and figuring out those things that make you eat when you shouldn't, and surround yourself with good, supportive people. So I hope that helps you to find a way to get through your next diet challenge. And like I said, let's take that diet out of your vocabulary and just find a better way to have a healthy lifestyle. Hope it helps you out, and I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you on the next video. Take care.